phantom friends, and oh my god, it's so good to be back. I did have to take another little hiatus there for a bit. My son was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and it's been really crazy since his diagnosis, and just trying to, it's just a lot of family stuff. But you guys are always so understanding, and I love you guys for that. And so for our first video back, we are going to play a little game suggested by Mr. Tyler over here. And that game is Phantom of the Opera Desert Island. He is going to explain the rules and exact stipulations for the game. So, take it away.
So it's standard, desert island. You're stuck on a desert island and you can only take so many items. But we're doing your top 3 movies, soundtracks, games, stage productions, and books. Or just writings in general. So that includes like fan books. Okay, so what are your top 3 movies?
Okay, top
You're
3.
Stuck on a desert island. All by yourself.
And I'm assuming this includes the recording of the 25th anniversary.
I'm assuming that was released as a movie.
Right.
Okay, then yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
But a recording from Little Jimmy's elementary school, that doesn't count.
Okay. Well, top pick, it's gonna be the
Charles Dance.
The first choice is the Lon Chaney.
Oh, Charles Dance.
And then I would have to go with the 25th anniversary production. And then finally the
Grindhouse.
Finally would be the Charles Dance.
You just take 2 copies of the Charles Dance version. And then the Grindhouse for when you have those nights that you want to watch a murder documentary, but you don't have a murder documentary.
That wasn't a murder documentary. That was a shit show.
Yeah, but I mean, wasn't there just blood and gore all over the place?
Yes.
Well, yeah, so see, it's the closest thing you're going to get to a murder documentary.
Okay. Next category.
Soundtracks.
Soundtracks. And this includes game soundtracks, I'm assuming.
Movies, games, anything.
Okay.
Anything that was released as an album.
Okay. First would definitely be the 25th anniversary, when they released just the soundtrack. Next would be...
But, like, if you're already taking that...
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Why would you take it a second time?
That's true. If I'm already taking it as a movie,
because I'm sure, like,
then...
on the DVD release, like, they had a, like, musical-only option that kind of just skips all of the in-between. So why would you take the CD?
That's valid. Okay.
So new rule, no duplicates.
That means I would take... Well, this one's kind of tough. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to imagine all the different soundtracks I've listened to. God, this is kind of hard. So, I'm probably gonna say...
Definitely the 2004.
Shush! So, I think I'm gonna say... Probably the Canadian cast recording, actually. That was really, really good.
Isn't that the one I have?
Yes, actually. Oh. He randomly has the Canadian cast recording. I don't know why, but...
I don't know why I have the Canadian one either.
I'm proud of you nonetheless.
I probably went to just go get it and didn't really pay attention to what production it was. I guess I'm lucky it didn't come out in, like, Italian.
I don't know if there's an Italian production. I know there was a Greek production. Anyway, then also the original cast and
this one's really got you.
yeah, there are a lot of different scores out there. Like a lot of different Phantom movies had really great scores. I know it sounds crazy to take for all three of them to be from the Weber musical, but I mean, those are the ones that I just hold most near and dear.
Are there other versions?
I also might, for my third take, the original Mexican cast recording. And I'll tell you why. It's not that I understand what they're saying at all, or even that I really like their voices or anything. It's purely because when I was in New York on like a high school trip with the drama class, my friends and I went past Virgin Records, and so we went in there, and my friend finds the Mexican cast recording just chilling in Virgin Records. And I mean, being me, of course, I could not walk out without that. There was no way. And so we both, because we were both active singers, she and I actually started learning the Spanish version of the title song, and we never learned anything other than the Phantom of the Opera is here inside my mind. That's the only line we ever learned. But we harmonized on it.
So, then why is that the one that you want then?
Because of that particular story, that nostalgia, it would make me laugh and be a good morale booster in a desert island situation.
I mean,
I know it sounds absolutely insane, but
the best thing is the longer you're there, the funnier that story's gonna get.
Right?
Because you're gonna get more and more insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds insane, but yes, the Mexican cast recording is near and dear to my heart, just basically because of an inside joke.
Stage production. Wait, well, how would you do a stage production, though?
My favorite stage productions. Like, I guess if I were to...
But, I mean, in order to take it with you, you have to have a recording of it.
Well, pretend we have recordings of each of them.
I mean, I guess that's true. Now, you're just gonna take all of the people?
Yes!
And the stage?
So
You can't get to them.
I won't be alone on this island,
You can't
apparently.
get to them. Or anything. Like, you're still completely by yourself. You're stuck in a dome. You're in a glass case of emotions. No?
Anyway.
You don't get that reference?
So, we're assuming that I have, like, good quality, just recordings, kind of like the 25th anniversary DVD, of all of these different stage productions of Phantom that are out there. Because there are several. So, my first would be just the London production, like, completely as is, not the stuff that they added for the 25th anniversary, or, like, the things that they changed for the 25th anniversary. Like, the way that it runs currently...
Like
the way that it ran before COVID in London. So that would be my first one. I think...
These are a lot harder questions than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I thought you'd, like, just constantly every day. You're like, did my order of these things change? No? Okay.
No, I
thought this was, like, a daily thing. This
I
is gonna
don't.
be, like, a 2-minute video.
I don't. Second would be the Broadway production, as, you know, as it is in New York. And then last would be the Arthur Kopit musical, which is the one that is what the Charles Dance Phantom is based on.
What?
There is a musical, another musical.
Like there's a different Phantom of the Opera musical?
There's actually 3.
What?
Yeah, there's actually 3.
Like different versions.
There's the Weber, there's the Arthur Kopit, and then there's the Rosen and Shirehorn. They are all 3 completely different musicals.
Oh.
The Kopit and the Shirehorn just didn't get super popular.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so now books.
Okay.
Your top 3 books.
Top 3 books.
Including fan fiction.
Including, well, anything but the original would be fan fiction.
Okay, well then
Some fan fiction is just better than others.
Yeah.
And considered canon now. Okay, so I have read many Phantom books. Obviously, I've read the original, and that's coming with me, definitely. And then second would obviously be the Susan Kay. Although both of those novels I love equally, and like I couldn't imagine taking one and not the other. Like,
that would be horrible.
I would never be able to choose. Wow. Okay. Then I think the last one would be, it's called Letters to Eric by Anne Wallace. It has many, many faults. Like, grammatically, it was obviously self-published. It's not the most well-written book in the world, but the story was so good that I, a complete grammar snob, was able to overlook some of these egregious errors just because the story was so good, especially the kind of plot twist at the end in the epilogue. I highly recommend it. Forgive a lot of the errors. The story itself is worth it.
Okay, so games is the last one.
Games. Well, y'all know that I've played a lot of Phantom games, and I'm getting ready to play some more. So, the Mystery Legends game, I would also say Return of the Phantom, that, like...
I'm assuming that's different than the actual book?
Yes.
Okay.
Very different. Return of the Phantom, the novel, was a Phantom erotica in disguise.
Oh.
Just not quite as bad as some of the others that I've read. On accident, mind you.
It wasn't on accident. She did it on purpose.
It's a tough call between, believe it or not, between the Masm game and Dark Romance Performance to Die For, just because that game was so fucking hilarious. Yikes. As much as I like the Masm game for its accuracy to the novel, I guess I haven't got invested enough in it. Like, I haven't played the whole game, so it's not super fair. But I feel like I would actually take Dark Romance.
But you can't cheat.
You can't cheat in that game.
Well, you did the, like, auto-complete things. That's cheating.
Oh. Okay.
For some of those puzzles,
if
you're like, I just can't figure them out.
Okay, if I can't skip the puzzles, then I would go insane. because some
You're
of
going
those
insane anyways. You're on
are
an island by yourself.
ridiculous. I'd go insane that much faster.
Oh, I mean,
Oh my god, in that case, if I can't skip,
that changes everything.
that kind of changes things, and then I might go with the Masm, because I might never get past the first puzzle, and then the game would be useless.
Well, at least you'd have something to work on every day.
I guess I could just play it till I got good at it and figured it out, but what if I never figured it out? That would be terrible. Alright, I think if I can't cheat, then I will have to go with Masm. If I can't skip any of the puzzles, I will have to go with Masm.
I'm not allowed to cheat.
Shut up. Alright. You have anything else?
Yeah, now you're only allowed to take one item out of all of the things you listed. Out of all, how many were those? 5 categories?
One across all
Movies,
categories?
soundtrack, stage, books, game. Yeah. So out of all 15 items that you listed, you're only allowed to take one thing. Like your number one.
Oh no!
This is what I do for a living. I torture people.
Oh, this is horrible. Oh my god. Okay. So let's narrow it down to 3 at first. Okay. It would definitely be the original novel, the Susan Kay novel, and the my good quality recording of the London production, Weber production. I don't know. I don't know if I could live without the 25th anniversary. Oh my god.
You thought you had it.
I thought I had.
You thought you had it.
I thought I had all of this.
I feel like the movies were the only ones that you were pretty solid on.
Yeah, well, there's only so many good movies. I've seen many, many movies and they were all terrible except for, like, 3. So narrowing it down to 3, I would say the original novel, the Susan Kay novel, and the 25th anniversary. It really pains me to cut the Chaney film out of those options, because that actually is my favorite. But if I could never listen to the soundtrack of Phantom again. So now that we've picked our 3, now I have to... Oh, I hate you.
I could make it worse.
Okay, it's gonna come down... In the end, it's gonna come down to the original novel versus the Susan Kay novel. Like, I couldn't imagine taking one and not the other. Like, I would never be able to choose.
So you're gonna go to never hearing anything ever again.
Well, thankfully I know the music well enough to, you know, remind myself forever. Luckily all of those songs are ingrained in my head. So yeah, it would end up coming down to the original novel and the Kay novel. And I don't know if I can make that decision. Oh, this is evil. Like, the Susan Kay is so near and dear to my heart and added so much that we honestly, as fans, now consider canon. You know, in the Phantom universe, even though it wasn't written by LaRue, it was just such a well-done story that a lot of those extra elements, you know, we consider them canon now. But it's the original. How do you choose a albeit a fantastic novel, over the original material.
She might go in a coma after this. I might have to edit this video. And then when she wakes up and sees it, she's going to go back into the coma.
Yeah, yeah. This is so depressing. I've never had a game of Desert Island be so difficult before.
I didn't think it was going to be this. I thought this was going to be like a 5 to 7 minute video.
So did I. I was like, how long could this possibly take?
When I suggested it, I was like, this is going to be just an easy short video.
Yeah, like, how long could...
It's been like 45 minutes.
We've been recording, for 34 minutes. Including things that will inevitably be cut.
Should I come back later?
Phantom gods, forgive me for this sin. I might have to take the Susan K.
I'm very disappointed. Because there was a correct answer.
What do you mean there was a correct answer?
There was a correct answer, and the correct answer that you didn't give to begin with was the Wishbone episode. That was the correct answer.
Oh, yes. I don't know how I'm ever supposed to live without the Wishbone episode. This kind of makes me cry a little bit, almost. Like, it's just... Susan Kay's novel makes you just feel so much. Like, it amplified what LaRue wrote and was, you know, it really brought his material home, and like it really drove that that overall moral of the story of, you know, love redeems, and, you know, but I feel like it's just so blasphemous. And y'all know me, I am a LaRue stickler. So for me to say that is kind of ridiculous and should tell you how good of a novel the Susan Kay adaptation is. Because they're the same novel. It's the same storyline. Susan Kay just goes into more detail and goes over the Phantom's whole life, if you haven't read it. So it's the same story, just told differently. But the Susan Kay novel is, like, so special to me. It has such a significant meaning in, you know, just my life. Like, you know, it was given to me by my mom. It was how my mom was introduced to Phantom. And I actually read the Susan Kay novel before the LaRue novel, believe it or not. I actually read the LaRue second. But it is... And I also won a prose competition reading from the Susan Kay novel, one of Christine's big monologues. In the novel, I got first place. And I used to carry that novel everywhere with me in high school. And I have read it just again and again. And I have the LaRue novel as well, obviously, but I love them both, like, so much. I love both novels equally, but there's just so much sentiment behind the Susan Kay novel that if it really came down to which I, you know, might never have, I don't know that I would be okay without having the Kay novel. Now I'm about to get attacked by so much of the fan base. Like, you don't understand how much I'm about to be attacked for that last answer. And I kind of want to... I'm also going to be attacked over not choosing the Chaney film as the top 3 overall. So, yeah. Don't come at me. This was very, very difficult, to be put on the spot like this, and these were some very tough decisions. Probably some of the hardest decisions I've ever made. So, there's my results for Phantom of the Opera Desert Island. If you want to leave me your answers in the comments, I'd love to see it, including what your overall one item would be. Link for merch is in the description below. You can also become a member and get a ton of extra perks, which includes access to a private Discord with me and other members. And this guy.
I'm just lurking.
I love y'all. Stay fantastic with a PH. And keep your hand at the level of your eyes.